Hi guys, Samantha Hancock here. Just want to give a massive shout out to Hobgoblin 3D for providing the miniatures and terrain that you're going to see in today's episode. If you would like to know more, please click the link below.
Right.
Right.
There you go. Like to...
I would like to get up. just sort of put my hands around the tiefling's shoulders, be like, I know it was an accident. You have great power and I admire that.
Give her a haiku.
But I really wish you could control your abilities a bit better.
I think you have a haiku for this scenario.
Yeah, and then I just shoot her a look in the eye for about 2 more seconds than normal, and I just push her over. Put my foot down, shove her on the floor.
Aww.
My head!
That's good.
I take it Zach's going to try and get this body.
It's just, hello? Did we win? This thing's really heavy and it stinks.
Oh no.
I think some blood went in my mouth.
I could give him a hand, but I'm just going to wait a second.
No!
Just see if he can get it up.
I'm going to have to roll for
I
that.
really want to see you, mate.
Oh god, right.
Roll,
okay.
Yeah, roll a strength athletics check.
Oh. No, well, that's an 8.
Plus athletics.
I've got some minus 1 for strength.
So 7. So you're like, and then Virex is looking over you with just this grin on his face and this laughter, like, come on, you can do it.
One more!
Why do we fall, Master Wayne?
What would you guys like to be doing?
Help.
I'd like to get up.
Yeah, so you can get back
In
up.
fact,
it's
I'd
not a
like to
problem.
help her up and just say,
Say
sorry, did that hurt? That sorry was sarcasm. I am not sorry.
Oh, that haiku. Jasmine, what would you like to be doing?
I would like to make my way back over to the fire because this has all been a little traumatic.
Yeah.
I would like to loot those 2 bodies on my way over though and see what I find. I'm just going to have a little loot of those 2
Which one?
bodies. So
Oh,
I'm walking back towards there.
So them 2.
I can just
So the goblins
loot
have
both of
on them, they have 25 copper pieces. They have bone scimitars and sort of leather script hide armor, but the hide armor is now
I'm just gonna
literally
take the copper.
tatters because of the acids that just destroyed through them.
I'm just
So
gonna
you might have some
I'm just
keywords.
going to take the copper. I'm going to leave the rest of it.
The copper is on some sides of the coin. It's a bit acidic. It's still got a little bit of like blemishing on it now, but it should still
But it
pass
is
in a merchant.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And in fact, on my way back, I'm going to stop the dragonborn, and I'm going to try and hand him the 25 copper that I picked up off the bodies, and say, "I'm sorry, I might have misjudged you." No, sorry, invoice.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I might have misjudged you a little bit.
I care not for cash, only for pure combat. That said, I'll take the gold.
Oh, dropping these haikus left, right, and centre. I love it.
It's copper, but I'm
It'll
sure the
do.
sentiment's still the same.
Thank you. I take it. Rubber hand. Thank you.
Your hand sort of is like here's like a baby and there's like a giant. So it's more of a take your arm handshake, and the whole body's like yeah. Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I am going to, because that's reminding me about the loot. I want to loot this body, but I want to pretend that I'm helping. Just go, oh no, what have you done here?
Can I perception check this? Because
You roll a
I'm
sleight
just
of
gonna
hand
say,
check.
while I don't
Or
condone the
deception
killing,
check.
that is my kill.
So you roll a deception check for me, and then
18.
Oh,
Ooh.
plus
Convince.
deception,
Go on,
Where
try
is
it.
which will be,
Try rolling.
it'll be
Oh, plus 1, so 18. 19.
19.
sorry.
So
19. Roll a perception check for me, Zachariah.
oh god. 9. 6. So.
Are you trying to tell the mood that he is trying to help you, or are you just trying to actually spot him and see what his hands are doing?
See what his hands are doing.
Right. You don't know. As far as Zachariah's concerned, you're like, get this thing off me, and Virec's like, yeah, I'll help. But he's actually,
Yeah, of course.
You don't
come
see what he's
here,
doing.
buddy.
on his corpse, you find a
Literally
iron.
the one thing I should be naturally good at.
On his corpse, you get an iron battle axe.
Oh my god.
So you can add that into your inventory. You find 1 gold piece.
And I can use this. I can.
You are proficient, I believe, in it. So in case down the line you want to use a battle axe instead, which is a 2-handed weapon,
I don't.
you can do. You get 1 gold piece, 2 silvers, and 35 copper.
Say that again.
1 gold,
I'm going to apologise. Say that again.
1 gold piece,
Okay.
I believe 25 silver and 35 copper.
Thank you very much. Well,
And his corpse is still just bleeding out, and it's just, it's still laid on him, so you might want to try and help Zach out now.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to help the guy out right now. Do I have to roll? No.
And I'd say with your strength and everything, you can easily just
Yeah,
with
there you
one
go.
hand,
It's just one hand. You just pick it up.
sort of rolls over the body, and
Can
you're
I
just
wear-
like, your coat's now redder than before, just covered, and there's sort of like entrails and just this horrible smell.
I want to help him up as well. If that's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gonna- I'll put a hand out for you.
I take his hand.
Oh. Yeah, come on, get up. That was very brave of you, I must say.
Yeah. I'm just like dripping with blood. I'm not happy at all.
Iana, what would you like to be doing in this scenario?
I am going to sit next to the fire.
Sit next to the
Yeah.
fire.
I
So do you
am
want to move
yeah.
yourselves now,
That is it.
wherever you want to be now, back on the map?
Oh.
I just realised I'm wearing a white shirt as well. Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna
red and white shirt
I'm
now.
gonna drag myself over, hobble down, just sit down. I'm gonna pull out my herbalism kit and just try to just mend myself
Yeah.
after just being lit on fire. So
It's a roll of medicine.
yeah, and then I get +2 because
Oh,
of
do you
herbalism.
want to move you?
Please.
Yeah, because you're
Whereabouts?
proficient, you get your proficiency
That's
bonus.
well, probably should
11
probably do
plus
the
Oh, the
7.
camp?
Yeah.
Oh, right, the
Wow.
party, yeah.
Yeah. So I get an 18 for medicine to try heal myself.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say roll a d4 and add your constitution modifier to it.
Cool beans.
Oh, you can use a hit dice, sorry. So
Nice.
use one of your
Okay.
hit dice,
Wow.
which is, I believe, for you a d12.
This is the
D12.
I think that might be a d8 for a monk. Your hit die.
yeah, it's a 1d8.
So roll 1d8 and add that, sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I got better than last time. Good, damn it. I got 3. And
So
then
you
plus
heal up a modest
constitution,
bit.
yes.
But you know that it's probably now the time to fall asleep and maybe rest up. The Gundren's now, the horse is fine and comes in and goes, well, that's rather well done of all of you. My boy, what happened to you?
Don't
Oh,
ask.
Don't hug me. We'll save it for later. And then with a flick of his wrist, he goes, hold still, Zach. He snaps, and then all the blood and on your clothes just suddenly just disappears with this arcane energy, just sort of like magically burns it off, and your coat's super clean and
I
goes,
now have a
and everyone
refreshing
else is
mint
also.
flavour.
There's a nice Febreze smell coming off you. It's really nice.
Thanks.
Everyone else is also cleaned up. He's like, that's the least I can do, son. Now you look a bit better.
Is all that stuff off my face? Oh, great, I feel good.
All the bloody. He's sort
I
of,
feel great.
with one snap of his fingers, he's cleaned everyone up. He sort of comes up to you and tries to put his hand on your shoulder.
It's too small. He's like the middle of my back, basically.
He says, I saw what everyone did, and first kill isn't easy. It's the rite of passage for his men. I'm proud of you, Zach. Are you okay?
Sure.
How about we
Peachy.
continue cooking that stew and take our mind off things and have a
Yeah, I'm dying for some grub.
I just take me coat off. It's been a long day.
Gundren then,
Maybe
from-
1 or 2 belts off as well.
from his coat, he pulls like this one golden thread and sort of spins it once, twice, 3 times and chucks it in the air. And then around the camp, you see that golden thread's now one large circle, just glowing. And in the middle, just by the entrance, there's a small little bell just there. And he goes, if anyone comes near us, well, we should be protected, and I would know. You all did well. Seeing your abilities, and even you, Zakari, you may have got a bit too
Bit carried
excited.
away.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. You still all demonstrated something. And then he just goes, poof, and then now puffs out this sort of contract and hands it to Zachariah and says, I'd like to formally maybe hire you all, as I've already done with Jasmine and Zachariah. Iana, Virak, Ulfarian, would you care to join me and my compatriots here on a quest? And now, Zach, if you'd like to read that or pass it to someone, you can do.
Magic.
Me?
Sure.
I, Gundren Rockseeker, agree to pay you 50 gold pieces for protection of my wares and property to be delivered to Barthen's Provisions in Falandalen, situated on the Isle of Varen. you will be sailing aboard the ship, the Mermaid's Kiss, to which we will set sail tomorrow. The cargo consists of the following: 12 pickaxes, 8 shovels, 10 crossbows, 4 lanterns, 5... This really goes on a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit.
100 feet of rope. Travelling alongside us is my lifelong friend and personal escort, Sildar Hallwinter, a member of the Lord's Alliance. He is my personal escort on this journey. You shall be paid in full when you meet my 2 brothers in Valandolin, Nuntro and Thardrin. Payment will not be made if any or all of the provisions are removed, damaged or lost. Me and my brothers believe we have found something big on the island, and more work may follow. Please sign your name below. Oh, I don't see why
I actually
not.
just realised earlier I did say I was going to take some stuff out of one of the crates.
Yes, well,
Whoops.
I'm sure it doesn't matter right now.
we can let it slide for you, Zach. You lovable rogue, you.
Me.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about this? I mean, we had stuff going on. Do you want to kind of... I mean, I quite trust this ginger-bearded man. He's very got a very
You see his
nice
cheeks, what's left where the beard isn't, it's got a little bit rosier.
Oh, God. I think he's flirting with me.
Stroking his beard.
Oh, that's an interesting turn of
I
events.
mean, should we?
Dad number 4?
Then maybe you'll help us out.
Yeah, from this point onwards, you have to call him
All right.
Oh God, no.
I will go where you go. Yes. Why not?
You're going to sign it?
I've already got it.
Oh, how wonderfully honouring, Virek. What was that you saying? You had business on the island?
Maybe.
I have kind of a good ear, I'm sorry. I don't mean to eavesdrop, but just mean...
That's all right. I've put my real name. I've been doing a bit and put my real name, legit, no joke.
Wait, who's Connor Hoyle?
I'm just going to cross that. This isn't a magical contract.
Binding.
A magical binding contract.
Oh, I should have said that now that you've signed. And as you notice on your hand, just this small pickaxe tattoo now appears and this glowing golden sort of like infinity sign around your arms. Oh, you are now actually magically bound to this contract, and should it be complete, you should be removed from it. I'm sorry I left that detail out.
I knew it.
No, it's fine. It's not painless. Should I relieve you from the quest?
I always wanted the tattoo.
Yeah, should I relieve you from the quest? Should you complete it, or should you want to leave at any point? I can remove you, but then you null and void the contract to be paid.
And you die.
I just quite like our matching
Seems-
tattoos. This is
Seems fair.
It's cool, isn't it?
I like it, yeah. Brings out my eyes.
So as you all gather around the campfire and Zach finishes off his stew, it actually tastes quite nice, better than the vomit and stuff. It clears it down.
Thank God.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us of that. Yeah.
Gundren pulls out of his pouch again some small little cups and tankards and pours everyone some water, and says a toast to new beginnings. And with the fire dying and the midnight blue sky engulfing the air.
You got a toast?
Sorry.
Yeah.
New beginnings.
Beginnings, yeah.
And with the fire,
Mazel tov.
fire dying and the midnight blue sky engulfing the area, you decide to call it a night. And you awaken early in the next hours of the morning with the sounds of birds singing, signaling it's a brand new day. The morning dews hovering over the plant life and the cold autumn air is now filling your lungs as you awake and take your first breath of the day. Just as the sunlight enters your eyes, eager to start this new adventure, you all pack up into Gundren's wagon and head again down the rickety road. After a couple of hours' journey, you arrive into Midvale. Even in the early morning hours, the port town is in full swing. Shopkeepers are setting up their stalls for the long days ahead of trading. The ships in the harbour are preparing for long journeys, and the fresh sea breeze washes over you as you come to the end of a short pier. In front of you stands the Mermaid's Kiss, a large galleon vessel ship. It's an imposing age. It looks like you can tell it's been on many a voyage. There are some nicks here and there in the woods, and you see their gangplank ready to board with loads of small dwarven sailors sort of stacking up crates here and there, and they welcome Gundren and Zachariah with a large embrace. I'd gift you 4 healing potions that our friends have kindly made to split between the party wherever you see fit. You'll also find some weaponsmiths and stuff to repair your equipment on board the ship as we set sail this afternoon. Zach will kindly show you to your cabins, and we'll have meal and supper this evening. With that, I bid you adieu because I have other business to attend to with Sildar, so I shall see you shortly. He walks back onto the ship and then...
Bye, Dad.
I really like that guy. Your dad's a hell of a bloke.
Right, so if you would like to follow me onto the boat, walk onto the boat.
I walk onto the
The
boat.
boat. We are now on the boat.
I
This is
cautiously step onto the boat. Never been on a boat, so I'm sort of just like almost trying to balance across the gangplank as I walk up here because I'm just
the ship
completely not
visibly
sure,
sort of like leans to one side as it steps up. Whoa!
Yeah,
Go round the boat.
I take a very, very deep breath, look at the ship, and just put one foot on the gangplank and start to walk up. But clinging on to any form of handrail I can
Hands
find.
and the body is shaking with fear, and you
Yeah.
guys do notice
Do
this
we
as
have
you're waiting.
handrails? Have handrails been invented yet?
There is like a rope sort of set in with this gangplank up to the
There's
ship.
rope in this world.
Are you going to be alright with this?
I just
Yeah.
don't like boats.
Oh, come on, it's just like a giant floating house surrounded by water. It's great.
that's troubling.
What's troubling about that?
I don't think that
I
helped.
just don't like the sound of that.
You look like you're going to throw up.
And
Please
so
face that way.
I run, scurry very, very quickly up the gangplank. So, cabin this way, and I assume that he's going to point me towards the cabins.
Shall I point her towards the cabins or towards the toilet?
Roll a well, it's up to you. You don't need to roll for it.
No,
you just,
no,
you
no,
just
yeah. Yeah, just like fruit. Yeah, just mind
Yeah.
the stairs.
And I'm just going to scuttle off and go and hide in my cabin.
I mean, we do have buckets. It's not like
no,
she
no.
couldn't have had one.
No, no.
the buckets that have mops in that the sailors are cleaning the deck with.
Yeah, good move.
That's not what you want on your boat.
No. Anyway, so I'm off. I've scuttled into the.
Is it really weird that I want to go at the front of the boat and do the Titanic?
What's the Titanic? It hasn't been
Yeah,
invented.
what's that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
You
that
could
book.
be the
That
first
there's
to
a
do it.
there's a book that you may have read a long
You can
time
invent
ago,
it.
called like with a similar story.
It's the Bionic.
Bionic.
The Bionic.
Bionic. Wonderful tale. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think.
I was just distracted by the seagulls. That was all. I was just staring at those.
A seagull poops nearby.
Oh,
The beauty, the grace,
nature.
the poo.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep close to Hannah, but not Hannah.
Hasn't been invented yet.
Iana. I can't even pronounce
Isn't
it.
it?
Iana. 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 Yeah. I'm gonna be close to her, and I'm going to sharpen my new battle axe, which I still don't know the.
The name
We'll get that for you
Later on, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine,
you get a
I'm
whetstone
just gonna-
and just
Yeah,
shing,
stone, just
shing,
sharpen it.
shing.
I'm quite impressed with it. I've never had a weapon this big before.
It's got a nice
If I
weight
do
to
say
it.
so myself.
It's not as nicely crafted as the two axes you've made yourself
Yeah.
and the ones you forged, but you feel like, you know, with a bit of temperament on the iron here, with a nice
Yeah.
blacksmith, you could probably do something with it to make it more functional for your needs. Yeah. What would What does Zakari like to do?
I'm just kind of looking around and seeing what everything looks like.
You see Zachariah whispering into one of the sailors' guys. He's like, all right, and about a few moments pass and he comes back with like a board plank, nails it up, and then etched in it says, no fire spells, no magic, unless
Let's put
approved.
the kibosh on that immediately.
I just look
And
really
then you see them
defeated.
two as you're looking around the top of the ship, you see like he's whispering going,
Yeah, that one.
Your Varen has a sigh of relief.
I just kind of look at my hands.
There are three dwarfs in like bright yellow uniforms, each with buckets and no fireman
the
hats
health
on,
and
just
safety
following her
dwarves,
around.
health and safety have to improve everything on the ship.
Wow, I don't need followed. I can read.
Is there anything else you'd like to do to chat with one another
Yes,
whilst you've got this moment in the cabin, because you've got a few hours before you set sail?
I would like to go and find some alcohol,
Okay.
some beverages. Virak hasn't had a drink in a while.
Do we
It's
have
been
time to explore? Sort of
Explore the
before
town.
we have to go.
Within like an hour's time you've got, but you can just, the market's not too far away, it's about a 5-10 minute walk.
So we could go
To have a little
on that.
browse around and have a look with some merchants and
I
see
mean,
if you
would
wanna
you
go and
guys like
spend
to
some
go
money.
to the market, maybe? There might be
I'm
some-
always up for going around town.
I'll go over there.
Walking along this beautiful cobblestoned pathway, you come to this sort of nice circular laid out market with different stalls of colours. You see some, vendors flinging herbs and spices. So you get a nice smell of like oriental, different flavours and stuff. You see fishmongers yelling to one of his throwing fish past, and this whole vibrance and the busyness and the bustle of the civilians that are living here, all trading and walking past. Where would you like to go? What would you like to buy?
Tavern. Is there a tavern?
There is.
I would like to take.
There's the Rusty Anchor, which is a Gapua, like a sort of like a well-known one for sailors that would frequent dock here and stuff that are in there.
I mean, if it's okay, I don't know how your dad would feel about this, but I'd like to take you for a drink.
What he doesn't know doesn't hurt him.
Well, that extends to everybody else. I would like to invite them for a drink if you wanted to.
I'm still in the cabin. I'm on the ship.
She's
I'm
going
not
nowhere.
I'm not involved in any of
You're
this.
just cuddling a pillow.
Yep, pretty much.
Dragonborn,
Pretty
you've
much
had
just-
quite a
hiding.
rough day. I
Shaking
think
and
you
hiding.
need one.
I
I think I need to
uncharacteristically
buy you one.
nod and agree and
Nod.
come with you. Just,
Right, sounding.
Isn't
So
alcohol flammable?
So you walk into the Rusty Anchor, and then before
Yeah.
you, there are a few local old people, like looking sailors with blue coats, and a
Unfortunately.
few old people in the corner playing like a card game of some kind.
You literally take a drink, it just
just
turns into
from the
fire in
works.
your mouth.
And then you see a bartender there, nice bristly brown beard, nice full head of brown hair. He has a slight eye patch on his eye over his face, and like a scar adorning it from eyebrow to cheek. And he's like, "You all right there? I haven't seen you around here before."
Well, what? What? Come on. You know me, I'm always in here.
You're the Rock Seekers, young lad, aren't you?
Hey, this guy knows me.
If memory serves me, you're not old enough to be in here.
No,
Can I do a deception?
Yeah, you can lie about your age. Here we go.
Right.
This ought to be funny.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
This will be funny.
Well, I hit a tree for starters. 8 plus 3, so 11.
And what is it you exactly say and be specific?
I go.
I'll be cool.
I definitely am 18 or over, whatever the legal drinking age is.
What's wrong with your voice? It was high a minute ago, now it's low. Are you mocking me?
I think
As
he's
he's
trying
cleaning
to
his
mock
tankard.
me. He's trying to do an impression of me.
What do you mean? I'm not... You're doing it to me!
What? No. What? No.
Well,
Another deception roll to see
No,
if I
it's
can
all right. I
convince her.
suppose I can give you some cider, but nothing strong, none of the strong stuff.
Sure.
All right, who are your friends? This
Oh,
is,
they are my new. I have to do a legitimately deeper voice from now on, right? These are my new compatriots. We are. We're on. We are. Who are.
He's giving you this
Yeah,
real...
it's a boy band.
Look, so we've got a dragonborn,
I know. Check it out.
a tiefling, we have an elf, we don't see many of you folk in here, and a half orc. A half orc. No funny business, mister. We are a civilized people here.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, your kind tend to start fights, and we have a zero tolerance policy on fighting in here. Take it outside if anyone gives you any trouble.
He's not going to be any trouble. Not at all.
Keep your
Already I
cool.
can feel this rage, but I'm going to keep it in.
You
Already
better.
him assuming. I'm not going to do
Oh,
intimidation.
sorry there, I didn't see you, Master Hobbit.
She's not here.
You're-
Oh,
I'm
she's
in the cabin.
Oh, sorry.
No wonder you didn't see it.
That's why you didn't see her.
Sorry there.
A ghost hobbit.
I mean, I can have run after them and chased them when I saw that they were not
you want
staying
to.
on the ship.
If you want to.
Yeah. I mean, it probably took me that long to catch up anyway.
Green in the face.
Wow. Given up and move 5 feet slower than the rest of you guys with my little stumpies.
Little stompies.
Your kind's welcome in here too. Just what a mix. ragtag bunch you are.
And that was great, right?
So, what will you be having? And he's wiping down.
Oh, well, he's already given me cider, so I guess it's...
I will have a pint of your finest ale, barkeep.
Yeah, make that 2 as well.
Make that 3. Something a little stronger to.
Would you like a
basically
pint
knock me out on
size
this
or a
voyage.
hobbit size? Because we do offer hobbit sizes. Oh, I didn't.
Shouldn't have said that.
Not making offence or anything, but we sometimes,
Oh, but sir, I take offence.
Oh, dear God.
Oh
Sir,
no.
I do. Do you think just because I'm smaller than everyone else that I can't hold just as much alcohol as the rest of these?
You are a child, aren't you?
She's got it down back.
Oh, dear God, no.
I'm sorry, have you never seen a halfling before?
No.
I am full grown, sir.
Okay.
I think he's a bit taller.
And you would do well not to underestimate me.
I realise that things are going to go down, so I'm just starting
So
to
he's
drink
pouring it.
already.
A full pint, if you wouldn't mind, barkeep.
And what of? Ale, cider, whiskey,
Anything
bourbon?
strong enough to knock me out for this voyage.
Bourbon it is. So off your sheets for everyone that's getting a drink, it is 2 silver pieces for his ale.
I'll just have water.
Water for the second bottle. Wow.
2 silver.
He sort of like trepidly gets, goes out into like the barrel where the water is, fills your cup and shakes and like, there you are, kind master.
I just take and drink it, that's it.
That'll be
I just take a drink.
For you,
I-
water's free.
Yeah.
I start
Just
drinking.
2 silver
drinking
for the.
heavily.
Yeah.
Any food you'll be having? Or
Ooh, I'm hungry.
Oh,
what would you
God.
like? We've got my missus in the back, she makes the best roast chicken.
I will have that.
Yeah, go on, make that 2. Again.
I'll pass on the chicken.
Oh.
I'm good.
I'm trying to figure out how the money works more than anything. Can I
Just
can I
make a
try
note
and,
of it and we'll
like,
do
can I
it.
try and like give them the 2 pieces and then like get them back without notes?
Oh, it's like.
Wow.
So sleight of
Set of
hand,
hands.
you're
Yes.
gonna chicken.
Set a hand.
That's gonna be quite difficult because you're handing it and he's on the bar looking at you and then you're
While
gonna,
no, it's like
Oh,
while
while
he's
he's
getting
serving
someone else, it's
someone
like
so then you can say like you've already
and then
paid.
and then
Okay, yeah, go for
walk
it.
off briskly.
Go for it, sleight of hand.
Oh, that was close. 13 plus 8.
So
Under his breath, well.
as he's taking the silver, he's like
21. Like it, the
do-do,
legal.
do-do, looks at you. Do-do.
Do I catch that?
Perception.
Right.
Do not wrap me out, bro.
What's your
Do
passive,
not
no,
wrap me out.
What's your passive perception? Because I don't
Oh,
think you
passive
would
is
roll it up.
15.
No. Even because you're not actively looking at it, you just passively you don't see that.
Alright, well.
So you want to actively look at his
Yeah, I
hands, you're
wanna
looking at
actively-
everyone's hands.
I want to rat him out.
What?
Actively look at his hands. With one hand, I'm coming with the other one. I'm
He's already been
glass.
trying to lie to the barkeep. I'm like, trying to suss him up now. So I'm gonna roll to see if I see him. No, I don't.
I do not.
No.
You don't see it. He's that quick. He's like, here you go, sir, and then just with a thing. Right. So for the
I
oath,
walk away with the biggest shit-eating grin on my face.
we do have some salad options for the elven folk that we do get from time to time, but it's very rare. But
Yeah,
we
go
can
on,
whip
you
up
love
some-
a salad.
It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Okay, that's 2 roast chickens, salad, and for the hobbit.
I'm good.
Then about a few months go past, you keep drinking. For that, roll a constitution check on the ale, because you're all a bit lightheaded. You woke up, you've had a bit to eat off your rations, but let's see if you get drunk or not off the first drink.
17.
You're
I am mortal. No, I'm not.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're not.
12. What was the
Oh, you can really
constitution?
handle
I
it.
got,
yes.
So
You all right?
15.
I will,
got
well,
one
I will
plus
not be
3.
underestimated.
Do I have to do it for water? Just be like,
You're tipsy. You're of the one a bit.
I've got
Hobbits
4
can drink.
basically.
Yeah, hobbits can drink.
4.
Yeah.
So
I'm
after
very
seeing
impressed.
I knew it was a bad idea giving you that. And
I know what you're talking about.
after one side of the weakest, watered down side, Zach's a bit drunk.
How often do you drink?
Oh, like never.
I am thinking this was a bad idea.
Oh, I love you guys.
Let's get him back to the boat before he makes a fool out of himself or starts a fight with
Oh,
someone.
So
I like
you're
the
like
food.
halfway through your
Yeah.
chicken and the salad eating when you think, yeah, we should get him back before this gets man. You're like, I'm finished.
Yeah.
You're not in a sort of hurry.
You only had one drink, right? Come on, skip back.
I just take the chicken withers in my hands.
I put it in my pocket, which is weird.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Why not?
So as you all make your way back, he starts singing like sea shanties of some kind, like yo ho, yo ho.
Now we are ready to sail for the whole way, roll and go. And
Like
so
that.
on.
Yeah, just like that. And then you hear the ding, ding, ding of the bell from the ship. Then Gundren stood there, and then next to him is this. You see a human man in like plate mailed armor, shield in one hand, nice large sword in the other. It's quite Romanesque looking armor, as the best description I can give. Nice handlebarred like mustache, all grey back, grey stick back hair. And he just nods and looks to Gundren, and then he just walks onto the plank and says, "If you need me, I shall be in my cabin."
Is that Syl?
And I sealed our home into
Would I have met him before?
You'll have seen him before, yes.
I'd go, Uncle Syl! How you doing, dear?
Wow.
I
got a
do
bit
not
of
know
spit
what's
in my
going
eye
on.
there.
So he goes to his cabin, retires. Gundren's like, all aboard, we're about to set sail. Son, are you drunk?
No.
No.
He's just high on the battle that we had. He's just.
Oh
running
no,
on
I'm
the
not saying this is a
adrenaline
bad
of
thing. This is a good thing.
Kill the guy!
We're dwarves, we drink.
He's
This is
mortal.
brilliant.
Oh, in that case, yes, he's trolleyed.
How many do you have? 10. Did he do his old pa proud?
One.
You would not believe it.
Come again? 4.
He sniffed cider and that was it.
He had one pint.
Well, he's still a rock seeker.
Yeah.
And then as you
Wanna rock and roll
as,
all night.
so as dusk sets in and the light begins to fade, you all head below deck into your cabins. You are shown equally where each of your places and bunks are to stay.
I've gone into my coat room and I'm trying on all the coats at once. So I come out at one point and I'm just like, I did it! I put them all on!
You see like a rainbow of coats from reds, blues, golds, greens of different sizes and lengths.
Oh my
And-
god, it's a giant peacock!
And he's sort of like waddling
So you have
down
to do a
this very
dexterity
tight,
Do I have
thin
to do a
cabin
dexterity
corridor of the
I
ship.
think you have to do a
The
dexterity
ship
check.
would be rocking.
And you'll
I'm
Yes, you're just
overcumbered.
going with it, yeah.
Here we go.
What's this?
13.
What's this for? Dexterity?
Just keep
plus
it balanced.
4,
Just keep balance, dexterity or acrobatics.
Should he be doing this with disadvantage?
Sure.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
Roll it again.
You roll
Roll
it.
again
take
and
the
take the lowest.
lowest
Right. 18. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
13. So, yeah.
So yeah. I've got
Plus-
quite good balance apparently.
So yeah, even the ship he's like, and he's still a bit drunk, just
I'm
walking
like up
down.
on the mast, just
Eventually, Gundren gets you down, and you think, yeah, and you just suddenly you all feel this sudden weariness come over you. It's been a long trek, and now you've got a long voyage ahead. As you go into your bunks, and as you lay down in your hammocks, your minds then go into a nice
I'm
free
still
fall.
wearing all the coats, by the way.
This is nice and snug.
Oh god, this is nice. I should do this more active.
Your mind's beginning to swirl with beautiful thoughts and dreams.
I do not have that.
You can have a nightmare.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll for nightmare.
We'll roll a constitution in a moment for your dreams and see what you would want to do. For the majority of you then, you are comfortable and relaxed, and after a couple hours rest gone by, would you like to describe what your dream is? Or do you want to keep that? And we'll roll to see if you want to see if you got a good one or not, or do you prefer just to say
It's
it?
gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be a nightmare, because her.
Yeah.
And boats.
And yeah, I don't think she wants to talk about it.
So sort of tossing and turning,
Yeah.
a nice, like a cold sweat comes over
Yeah,
Jasmine.
she doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
No, she's terrified.
With that,
Like if I'm sat at a table, my fingernails are in the table.
With that, you then wake and try to drink some water, and at this moment, the rest of you that were asleep, there's a loud, thunderous clap, and just this torrential rain, and some of you are throwing out of the hammock, from the ship suddenly swaying side to side after a few hours in. As you look out the port window, the windows of the ship, you see that the waves are suddenly quite jagged and large, and there's a storm. Everyone roll a perception check for me very quickly.
Oh, my perception again.
12.
5.
Can't even.
5.
What are we adding?
5. I think I'm distracted.
7.
12.
6.
So you kind of, anyone over 10 hears this.
Oh.
You hear some sailors from above going, "Where did this freak storm come from? Get the masts!" And then you just realise there's suddenly like the bell on the ship's going ding 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 ding.
Oh God, no.
And then something seems to be jarring upstairs.
I've got a massive hangover though.
from just to one side. I'd say for that, it'd be the effect of poison. Any attacks or anything or saving throws you have disadvantage on.
Oh.
Since you're drunk or hungover.
Well, hungover there.
What would everyone like to do?
Well, I don't notice anything at this point, do I?
Right.
I am swinging.
You've looked out and you've been thrown out of your hammock and the ship,
Oh.
and you can hear the bell, but you can't quite hear the citizen. But this storm is sort of jarring. You might think, "Oh, what's going on?"
Oh God, how much did I have to drink? I only had one.
I hear that. Oh
Separate
God.
sort of rooms. Are we in separate
You're in separate rooms. You've all been shown down the hallway of
Yeah.
the ship. Each one's in a
I
different room.
am going
This is a big ship.
I got 16, so I'm assuming I heard something.
Yeah, you'll have heard the sailors
I'm
above
going
him
to
and
get up
everything.
and start hammering on his door.
Okay,
What is that noise?
Zakaria, before we get to that,
Well, I got a 3. So
you don't hear anything, but with the swaying of the ship, the chest that you've brought aboard, that you specifically asked to be placed in your room, the lock flies open, and out of it, this sort of bluish, in dragon kind of shaped mask flies out of the chest, and you remember the orders you were given from Cullen that you weren't meant to open it or see the contents that was inside, and with it is a scroll with a seal of a sort of dragon head waxed on, stamped shut.
Open it.
I go over to the chest. Are they out of the chest or are they still in the chest?
It's like fell out the chest and it's like swung open and flown out as you've been flung out of your hammock. You see it sort of slide across the cabin floor.
I
And
run
you
over
look.
and I pick up the mask
Okay,
and I examine it.
okay, roll an intelligence check for me, please. And history. Is that a natural one?
Yes.
So you're just like,
I've got a clue what it is.
this looks kind of nice. Is this a party mask? Is this something for a
Put it on my
masquerade?
Suddenly you turn into the mask. Somebody stop me.
Nothing happens.
And the scroll. I pick up the scroll and I examine that.
You're going to break the seal and see
No,
it.
like I examine it.
Oh, like examine it and look around. You see it is sealed on and the symbol and you're looking around. But then a thought goes back through your head from the words Cullen said to you, and you realise that maybe it shouldn't, but you might have that ticklish feeling to want to.
I'm very, very tempted. When I see a seal, I want to break it. But I'm not going to do that. So I put it back in the chest and I close it.
With the mask as well.
I keep the mask out because I like it.
Okay.
It looks pretty.
Okay, the winds rise and push the still waters, and you still hearing more chaos going on upstairs. Hannah, you hear this. As you look out the window, the waves morph into now mountains. They're like huge, and this ship is really. And we're like, anyone can lend a hand downstairs would be welcome. And you hear like Gundren start shouting as well, like all hands on deck, like in a really loud voice. So, what would you like to do?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I put the mask on my hammock and I run out into the corridor. See if I can see
Okay.
anyone.
Cool.
I'm going to run around to try and find someone because I'm freaking out over here. Like genuinely, I'm about ready to like die. I'm freaking out, so I'm gonna rush around screaming and shouting until somebody can find me. So that's what I'm doing.
Nefarian?
Pick up my quarterstaff with my tail and just run out into the corridor. See
Okay.
what's going on.
I start taking coats off.
Oh wow.
I'm left with this really kind of horrible canoe.
I'll be right there.
Why did I put so many coats on? God damn!
Still like tipsy.
I'm left with like this really terrible like canary yellow one.
Roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you don't throw
Oh,
up.
well, I dropped it already. 2.
Oh.
Again for you, Jasmine. Roll a constitution or see if you don't throw.
Plus 3, so 5.
You throw up.
5 plus 2, 6.
You both throw up in your rooms with the sheer, seasickness of this boat rocking and the waves.
You'd have thought I'd be used to it by now.
So who's running up deck though? So Zach is.
Yeah, with my terrible canary.
Ilfarian is. You're in his room. What would you two like to be doing?
Well, when you put it that way.
The ship be rocking.
There's danger.
When the ship's rocking, Iana comes knocking. That's what
Oh my god!
Just gonna put that over there. So.
I'm gonna grab by the arm and drag him downstairs to help.
Okay, going up deck.
Yeah, I'm kinda
down the
like,
stairs
oh,
and up to the deck.
I don't
Okay,
understand.
so who's staying down? You're rushing up. So everyone's going up,
I'm
aren't they?
Yeah,
rushing
going
up
up
as well.
Okie dokie, let me just concur here. The sailors you see now on the deck are trying to prepare for this sudden violent storm. Even these veteran sailors are really struggling to set the mast down and try and course correct and get out of this storm, but it's just suddenly happened. Even these veteran sailors now, you see this look of despair on their face knowing the impossible has happened. With no warning, now the clouds that were raining turn total black and dark and even grey, and lightning starts now crack. Your medallion, the red pearl that adorns the centre of it, begins to pulse. Slowly, and then it suddenly just goes to a solid, like an LED to a bright red.
Oh wow.
And it begins to sort of like pull at you and change.
God.
Roll a perception check for me, please, Zach. All right. And everyone else that's up here, I'd like you to as well.
Everyone else
Mm-hmm.
up on deck.
8 plus 6.
It was perception, wasn't it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Every perception I've done is terrible. 6.
Not good for you.
21.
I don't know why it's every perception.
14. Okay, so you see. Okay. So with you guys, I'll go through first. Sorry. So the wind slams hard into your faces. Essentially, this rain's like sleet now. It's suddenly getting colder. Your breath, you feel, and you just the rain bashing. The deck is now completely soaked, so it's even difficult to try and move, and you're just sort of shielding your eyes. With a quick glance and a crack of lightning, you then see this sort of in the distance, about 300 feet away, this sort of green turquoisey whirlpool just pulsing out further in the ocean. And in that quick clap of thunder and lightning, sort of fin arcing out of the ocean.
My God.
Do we know what? Do either of us know what it is?
And at this distance, you just see a large fin
Just a large
sort of
fin,
out of the water. While this is happening,
like a shark kind of fin.
much bigger.
Yeah,
The
but like
size
the
of the
same
ship.
kind of shape, right?
The size of the ship, like a giant fin.
That's a big fish.
I think
I clutch my pen and just. Oh god.
I think we may have found out what was the big thing. Maybe.
You see now
We're gonna
a
die.
bolt of lightning hit the mast, and the ship mast breaks and snaps with the fire hitting. And some of the crew members that were at the front of the ship get hit by it and are trapped in this lightning, and screaming in agony and pain. You see Gundren at the top, and then next to him is a guy with a similar mask to what you just seen
Oh shit!
in your cabin. This one's green with adorning horns. He's in all black, white, straight hair coming down, and a dagger of an unusual thing, in conflict with your father, having this sort of fight.
Father! I'm fucking run! I'm just pelting it up the stairs, drawing the sword. Yes?
Standing on this rain-soaked deck, and you saw that on your left at the front of the ship, you have some trapped sailors that are calling out for help for anyone to try and lift them off. At the right at the helm of the wheel, Gundren's being attacked by a man in all black with this sort of draconic-looking mask. Which way do you want to go?
Draconic-looking mask. I'm not strong enough to help those sailors.
So you're going right.
Yep, I'm going
Okay.
right. I'm going to go try to help because I saw Zach running up there screaming, and I can see the guy in a dragon mask, and I don't trust dragons anyway.
Iana.
Right next to you.
Look, we're okay.
Which way? You see the similar thing. Which way would you like to go? Left to the sailors that are trapped. You do have your spells back now because you've rested for 8 hours. Or would you like to go right to help Gundren?
I think I will go to Gundren.
Gundren too. Zakaria?
I definitely run towards Gundren.
Vira.
You know, everyone has run. And it's you know, I've got good strength as well. It would really help.
It's like a split decision. They're all running that way ahead of you. No one yet is. These sailors like, help us!
Oh,
help
left.
us.
Sorry, left.
Help the people.
I'm going left. I can't help it.
Ilfarian and Zachariah.
Left.
To the people, so
Yeah, to the
Dragonborn and Virak have gone to help the
We'll do
sailors.
Yeah, we've
Come
got
on.
it.
That seems wise.
Of course I'm gonna go help him. Oh my god.
So we'll do Virak and Ilfarian first.
We've got this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my
You see
god.
them yelling out in pain and fear, calling, and as you assess the scene, you look quickly and you can see blood and some bone popping out of some of the legs as they're trapped under crates.
Oh, no.
There's 3 guys trapped under this one mast of human dwarf. You can both aid each other here on a strength check to try and lift this mast off enough for the other sailors to try and pull them out, if you'd like to.
Can we do
Yeah,
that again?
definitely. Yeah, let's do
got
that.
out. We've got out. Yeah, let's try.
Both roll athletics check.
7. No.
Because you're helping to get advantage to roll it a
16.
second time, but
Higher.
take the higher of the roll.
Oh, so I get to roll that again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
An advantage if you can use helping.
Yeah, 16.
16
3, so the 7 will do.
plus your athletics.
Just the wait is after this. Oh, not acrobatics. Is that the same thing?
Athletics,
Oh,
so
it's
it's just the
like
strength.
down.
Oh yeah, so it's plus 7 actually, so 4.
That's great. Both of you combined easily just go 1, 2, and then not and lift it just with your sheer strength and enough for these guys to sort of crawl out, and you see like the skin on their legs and on their arms sort of burn from some of the lightning and damage that was done. Thank you, thank you. And then they're sort of like, come, we have to get in the lifeboat quickly. We're not going to make this.
No, wait,
Gundren's led us into a trap or a death storm or something. I'm getting out of here.
No,
And that's what they're
I'm
sort
going
of.
to say something quickly to Virak. I'm going to grab her on the shoulder and say, I saw something. Something's coming. Something big. We need to leave.
I am going to believe this guy at this point.
So, while that moment just happened, you four see Gundren entangled. Gundren's trying to cast spells, and this guy's just like snapping his fingers. And each spell with lightning or fire that Gundren's casting, this guy's just snuffing them out. You notice the green mask, and then as he turns, he sees Zakaria, and he goes, I recognized you. You're Cullen's daughter, aren't you? You're not supposed to be here yet. We were expecting you in a couple of weeks. Over this with the storm and thunder, he's like, well, I'll deal with Gundren in a minute. And he sort of does that, and then Gundren's like, sorry, lad. And then just is bamfed and disappeared somewhere.
What?
Sildar at this point just goes, no, and then goes to draw his sword, and he's like, and then just does like that with his hand, and then Sildar's flung from the back of the ship into the depths below.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Who
Sildar,
out of yous know Draconic?
Me.
Used to. Roll for me a perception check to see how much of this you understand of what he says next.
God. 7.
21.
So you pretty much quite accurately understand what he's
Who?
saying. This guy, Jasmine, she understands it. You get a sense of some words. You hear the word scaled queen. You hear the words in Draconic for risen, and you hear the word return home. You understand the full sort of thing he said, as with this mask and his cleanse, and his ring is pulsating, glowing, the same turquoisey colour as the whirlpool.
Okay.
He says, my queen shall return from once trapped. You'll be risen back into this world where you shall conquer the seas once more. Arise back, O scaled queen.
Okay.
He looks at you though and says, Cullen would be upset with me should I get you in harm. So I shall spare you in his name. Zakaria is now suddenly
What?
and teleported out the ground's considered difficult terrain, so it's half movement to run up because you're at the bottom of the steps. He's at the wheel at the top.
Okay.
And you saw this translate.
Okay. So can I get to him?
You can try, yeah.
Can I get to him?
Roll the acrobatics check.
19 plus 4.
So as you're running up to
23.
the thing, at this moment, all you then hear, and I'd like you two now, Connor and Connor, Ilfer and Vira, to roll another perception check.
My
shaking,
perception
yeah.
is terrible.
Oh
Come
my
on,
goodness.
break it.
No!
10! Wait,
7.
Where's that? It's 2, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Yes.
Running around with your eyes closed?
well,
There is a lot of water
There's a
going
lot
about,
of
to be
rain.
fair.
I'm getting everything.
So you guys hear and slightly see in this crack of lightning and hear this blood-curdling roar, real deep and large. Turning up
sorry
towards
about
you, your bodies begin to freeze and lock for a moment as your eyes look up and up. And going before you, you see this gargantuan, dragon-like serpent neck looming out of the ocean.
this
A
isn't
thick
your
s-
brother or anything, is it?
Scaled queen.
A thick, scaly hide of striking dark blue and turquoise emerges out from the depths, reaching 100 feet, 200 feet up. Towering over the ship. A thunderous boom of thunder and a crack of lightning outline the horror of now this mouth opening, ready to swallow the ship whole. The sailors go, laddies, get in the boat now! And then people the guy in the crow's nest just like, he's just gonna jump from there into the water and not risk this thing. What would you like to do? Used to.
I'd like to know what the hell I am.
Am I still not able to get to him yet?
You're just at the top
on.
steps.
Does
As you turn and hear this, you're all taken in shock by.
Okay.
Yeah, are these guys near lifeboats? Because I feel
Yeah,
like me and you
that's it,
could
yeah.
try
Because I
and
wanna
try and
do
help
that.
and get
That's what I
them to
wanted
the
No,
to
boat.
Yeah.
well, is the guy, is masked dude still there?
He then goes,
Dude. Yeah.
seeing you shortly. Maybe not.
Oh my god, this guy is
Dude, I wanted
terrifying.
to do something. Come on.
Motherfucker!
He bumps out and just dissipates into this small ball and just black smoke just gone.
Alright.
Standing next to you, Zakaria, on an island is that same fellow, and further in the distance, just on the horizon, you see the ship and this large snake-like thing, and the ship you were on, and him put a hand on your shoulder saying, I hope you weren't too friendly with them, my dear.
No. Come
Oh,
There is no way you've done this to us.
really?
And that's where we'll end.
Oh, you
What?
It's bullshit!
Oh my
I was so ready to do Dr. Dolittle there.
Oh, God.
Do I still have
Sweat.
Yeah?
Right, okay. I'm okay. Not all hope is lost.
Jesus.
Can't end that, man.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god, I'm actually
What do we
shaking.
do? Who do we save? Who can we save? I don't know.
Hopefully we'll
I'll
find
tell
out
you
next
what
time.
you can do. You can follow How We Roll on our official Facebook page and follow our Patreon
Please.
if you want to find out what the hell happens next.
I know I do.
I know I
Oh my god! I hate you so much.
Anyone else need a lie down?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love your hands actually were shaking
I'm
so
literally
much.
like, that.
Yeah.
See?
Cold
Wow.
sweats. Cold sweats.
That is crazy.
Pins and
Oh
needles
my
and hands.
god.
Backstory.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew the fucking end of the boat getting
I
fucking
don't think we're getting on.
destroyed.
Well, it hasn't
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone the way of
The dinosaurs?
yes.
There's the phrase.
When the dinosaurs are in around in this world. Apart from the obvious dinosaur, I need some reassurance right now.
My lips are sealed now.
I just
My lips are sealed now.
Ah,
I just can't even.
literally can't even.
Okay.
Oh.
Jesus.
And that's all she wrote.
I really hope we. The thing is, we all liked her as well. Bullshit.
I didn't do anything, he took me.
No one else Yes.
I have a particular
Not
set
what
of
it looked like to
skills.
us.
I will find her.
I've been
I like the
taken.
kidnapper.
Oh wow.
Oh my god!
Genuinely shaking slightly.
I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for joining me on this mini adventure. And hopefully we can continue to see where the story goes.